Howdy howdy all you sneaky mice. I'm here to show you guys how to use Openshot. Well, when you first open Openshot, it's what they call in simple view. And we'll leave it there for right now. Usually I take this video preview and blow it up a little bit, throw it on a side monitor. But that doesn't fit on one screen, so we're going to do it like this. Alright, so first thing you need to do is get some assets in there. And let's see, which ones do I need? I need this one, this one. I'm going to use this one. There it is. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is bring this up a little bit just so I can see more of my timeline here. But yes, take any. Well, that was bizarre. I honestly don't know what that noise was. Just a super loud beep out of nowhere. But as I was saying, you can just take any asset, drag it right on the timeline. So we're going to take this side of a stadium asset I made, and we're going to put it at the very bottom so it stays at the bottom of all the layers. It's probably going to need to be a little longer for now. Alright, and we're going to take this. If you go to properties, it opens up an entire panel here. Now we're going to have to flip this so it's on the sneaky mouse side. So we're going to take the scale here and go to -1. -1, not -0.1. What am I doing? Alright, so we got that going on. Oh. And we're going to need a sneaky mouse cooler. Similarly long. But I'm going to want to shrink this down maybe like to half size. Yes, that seems acceptable. If you go to transform, you can just move things by hand. It makes it a lot simpler than having to go in through here and go like that, but moving it like that sometimes doesn't work if you have some weird values going on. Like if it's in the negatives, it gets weird. If it's in a rotation, it gets weird. In fact, I'll show you that right now. Here's a sneaky mouse. I want him to go to the right. So let's go like -0.3 and 0.3. Yep, that seems about right. And if I go to transform, you can see it's really wonky. It can still work most of the time, but not all the time. Alright, so what I'm going to want to do, I just want the sneaky mouse to start off screen. Then, there, let's zoom in a little bit so we get better time. Let's see, it takes about, no, we'll have about 1 second, maybe a little more, for him to reach all the way back over here. And rather than use this, I'm going to leave him at his current Y, but change him to, let's go 0 for now. Maybe like more like 0.1, 0.15. That seems like a perfect amount right there. And you can see that makes a basic animation of him just coming on screen right there. And I'm going to slice, keep the left side of the image. So it cuts everything off the timeline past that. And now I have this guy right here. Zoom in, make sure they're not on the screen at the same time. That happens a lot. Just wait till that sneaky mouse disappears. Throw this on there like that. I'm going to make him 2.5, but in the positive. Did I make him? No, I made him 0.3s. And now we're going to look at, he's at 0.15 and 0.42. So we'll move this guy to 0.15 and 0.42. And I kind of want to move him back a little bit, so we'll go like 0.2. And like 0.17. There we go. And now, in also about a second, I want him to move back across the x-axis all the way to like negative 0.6 is usually off screen. Because this works on an axis of things this way are minus and things this way are minus. I don't know why y in the up is the minus, but it is. So this would be negative, negative, this is positive, positive. But what we have right here, we can see scoots off the screen. If we wanted him to scoot off the screen a little differently, you can change how he goes. I'm going to do a little ease in so he picks up speed as he goes and zooms off. And now we can take that same thing and just keep the left side again. And I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of these little guys all staggered. Move them forward a little bit here. Oh, make sure you're on a different timeline like this. Different point in the timeline, because that's where it's going to paste in the same layer you copied it from. And let's just make a whole bunch of sneaky mice. Alright, what does that look like now? Alright, that's probably a little too much sneaky mice. So get rid of that. We'll have it taper down slowly. And I mean that right there, that's a sports ball. And just make sure you go through and make sure you slice off the unused ends of this image so it doesn't just keep rendering. And now we got what? Just about 11 seconds. I mean, that's a good amount for a sports ball. Alright, came back to just add a little something. I decided I should have a little Rob right here. So what we're going to do to just give him a little bit more life to him, go down here to rotation, and I'm going to insert a keyframe just to make sure it's at 0. And then I think every time a mice comes up, he's going to go to about 10. And then go back down to 0. So I'm going to do all that real quick and see where we're at. Alright, and I think just for fun, once this other mouse goes up here, do an ease out and ease in, so it gives him a little bit of gravity. And now we're going to give him a rotational keyframe, and I'm going to end him up here at 360. You know what, I'm going to go negative 360, because I like the way that and what I'm going to do now is bring him to like 0. Oh, let's undo that so I can give him a keyframe right here and then make him go to 0. And then I'll make him zoom off screen after his little micey mice. negative 0.6 for off screen again, and give him an ease in as well, so he zooms off like the rest of them. And I'm going to give the background a tiny bit more time to chill. And there we go. Now let's look at what we got. Yep, that's cute. I'm going to call that a mission accomplished. You know what, I'm going to make his flip just a little bit interesting. There we go. Alright. So I think we're good there. Let me go to export. And I've already named it in my save file, so that's perfectly fine. I'm going to export at 1080 at 25 FPS, and we'll just go to export. It's a nice short video, so the render time is super small. Alright, that's about it. I hope y'all learned something.